So there's this stream that I've always wanted to fish for the past year, and I've never got round to it. And there's loads of little small brook trout in it. You used to walk down the lane, you'd look in the stream, and you'd see loads of little trout. Not loads, you'd see about 2 or 3 little brook trout, about that big. So what I've done today, I've bought my pole and my pen rod. I'm just going to get them in the water with some small hooks and some maggots and see if I can catch these things. This is the first bit of stream we're going to be fishing. It opens up a lot here from underneath the bridge we're on, and it's really nice, and this is where all the trout. And then of course there's the fields behind me and in front of me where the stream runs through, and I'm sure there's going to be some trout in there. And then in this field here, there's just this bit of stream here. It's a really nice stream. It runs all the way through the field under that bridge, and we're fishing the other side of that bridge. But all the way down there, it goes for miles. About 2 miles this stream goes for, so we've got loads of stretches to explore. In the summertime I came on a little walk down the field, and there was a trout right there, and we scared it off. So I bought the pen rod and I didn't catch it, but I didn't make a video on that obviously because I never caught nothing, but this is what we're working with today. I've got my pole set up now. I've just got a typical red maggot on the hook. It's a really small hook because these trout have small mouths. I've seen them. I haven't seen their mouths, but I've seen them online and their mouths are tiny, so I've had to put the smallest hook I could find on, and I'm going to get casted out now and try and catch these beasts. I got the pen rod here with me as well. As you can see, it's like not even a metre long, it's so small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast that out as well. So now all we've got to do is just wait for the bites pretty much. I don't know how long we've got to get a bite. We've got all day, we've got all afternoon basically, and it's a red hot day, so it's beautiful. These trout should be out and about everywhere. So yeah, waiting game has begun. But I mean, just look at that right there. The sun is out and about today. It's red hot. It's like a summer's day. It's beautiful. That's why I've come out fishing the streams, because I love exploring on these hot days. Where we discovered this stream was a few years back. One summer we came down here with a little tiny net, and we'd net out all these sticklebacks from a dried up puddle back there. It was underneath a bridge and it'd dry up every summer, and there was tons and tons of sticklebacks in there. So we'd go in and save them, put them in the canals and stuff. And that's how we came across this stream. And now I'm just fishing it for the trout. So we've been here long enough at this one location now. We've been here about 40 minutes and we've had no luck at all. No bites, no signs of action or anything. So what we're going to do, we're going to move downstream, go get my wellies on, and I'll walk through the stream, fishing on the way. So what we've just done, we've just walked quite a far away from where we just was. We've now entered where the next bit of the stream is, just in this field that I'm in at the moment, in the middle of them trees. It runs right through it, and there's 2 different sides of it for some reason, but it's a nice stream and there's bound to be some fish in it. Here is the one section of it. It's absolutely wonderful, and then if you look over there there's a little gap. That's where the second bit is. I'm just slowly walking down this bit of stream, and every few steps of the way I'm just chucking this ahead of me like that, let it float down a few seconds into the bushes over there and there, and hoping to get a little trout or something. I genuinely think fly fishing this stream would be absolutely insane. You could get some great little fish out of this, especially little brook trout on a fly. I've got loads of little flies at home as well, so maybe that's a future video idea. It just makes it that it's such a nice day as well. It's just nice walking down the stream. I'm just in the stream at the moment, got my wellies on obviously, but it's nice and relaxing. The bit that I'm currently in, I'm just going to ignore because it's really a bit too shallow for the fish. What I'm looking for is here. There's a little deep section there. I'll be quiet around these. Some fish could come out of the little barriers and the roots in the wall. Could get something. Under there's a trout. I've just seen a little trout under there dart out from under the holly bush. I'm just going to leave my float there, wait for it to go down. I've got a maggot on it as well, so wish me luck. All I've got to look out for is the bends. I've got to look out for little bends on the stream that are a bit deeper than the shallower parts, and that's where the fish tend to be. Such as right here. That's really deep there actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the float go down. It's gone down a bit farther, so what I'll do then is I'll drag it up slightly. And haven't had anything yet, but there could always be a little fish in there, so I'm going to give it like 5 minutes at this one spot for some reason, but I'll do it. The little bit of stream I'm in now is very deep, like my feet are almost submerged. I nearly fell in just, but regardless I'm going to fish it anyway because it's the deeper part and they're always the best. Obviously my float's just floating down and I'll let it do the same again. Hopefully this works. This tactical might work. I'm at an absolutely great part of the river right now. There's the bit of stone here so I can stand on it, and there a stream flows down into the really deep part. It's about 2 foot deep there. I've just nearly slipped right into it as I was walking through, but I'm gonna fish this bit for a while. Here goes nothing then. First cast into the deeper part, and that's sunk really nicely actually, considering it's fast flowing there. It's just staying right where it is, and honestly that looks a really good place for the fishing. It looks amazing. It's all these unexpected little corners and everything, that's where you catch them out of, and that is one of them. So come on, it's extremely deep at the part I'm at, and I've just seen a little tiny school of fish over there in a little narrow opening in the side. So I'm just going to chuck the maggot over there, and I've threw a few of my maggots out my pot in there. So if they'll catch hold of this, I could catch one. There's a very good chance right now. And I'm at this really cool part, and just behind me there's some tunnels. So maybe I'm going to go and do some fishing in the tunnels shortly. Well, I was at that little bit there in the corner for about 5 minutes. I've just checked again and the school of fish have gone, so that was a bummer. So there was the deep part I was just fishing on. I've come through here and there's 3 tunnels. There's 2 there, and then there's one really long one under there. And it's only shallow, so I can walk through it, and I can see the other end. So I think I'm going to walk through the tunnel and see what I can catch in there. Here's one of the tunnels. It's really far, but you can see the other end. Now it might be a bit loud in here, a bit echoey, but I'm in the tunnel right now. I'm touching the bottom, so it's absolutely fine. And my rod is just ahead of me. So I'm going to walk into the middle of this thing and see if I can get some. I'm in the middle of the stream right here, the tunnel, sorry. And it's so cool. There's like drainage pipes coming through it. It's really shallow there actually. There's rocks and everything. But honestly, I don't know if there'll be any fish in here. So I'm just going to get to the other end and get out of this thing before I drown. I made it out the other side of that tunnel there alive. It was actually pretty cool. Now I'm out there, there's some abandoned little house looking thing here, so I'm just going to have a little look in this thing. Really not much to see in there, to be fair. It's just an overgrown, broken down abandoned building. Pretty cool. Anyway, back to the fishing. It carries on down here, the stream does, so I'm going to go down a bit further and then I'll make my way back up. There's got to be a little fish here. Even if it isn't a trout, there's got to be a fish here. If you look at it, there's a stream coming through there, like a waterfall sort of thing from the stream. A really deep puddle there, a deep puddle there, and then it shallows off. So there's got to be some fish stuck in that little bit. I'll get the rod back out, pop a fresh maggot on, and see if I can get some. Here goes nothing then. I've got the line back out with a fresh maggot on, and I'm first going to pop it in the deeper part there. Don't know if you can see, but it really is deep. And I'm just going to leave it there for a short while, wait for some bites. I'm not joking, a small stickleback has just come up. He was like the smallest little dot of a fish ever. Cute thing. He was a centimetre big, if that, and he's just come up and tried to bite my maggot. I doubt I could hook him though, that his mouth's too small. Sadly my camera just doesn't do any justice of how clear this water actually is because of the tint of the sun on the top of it. The glare just stops the camera from seeing through it, so it is really clear today. Just watching the float there, and it seems to be having a few nibbles of something. Might just be the sticklebacks again, but oh, there we go, it's gone up. Nah, it went under then, nothing was on there, it must have just been the current. I've been in this spot long enough now, and I'm sure I would have had a fish if there was one there. There's the little ones obviously, but there's no big trout that I'm looking for. So I'm going to head back up the stream that way, because I've got to start heading in now before it gets dark. And see if I can get anything on the way back. I just stepped foot in this tunnel on the way back, and I put my foot down, and as I did that, loads of mud came up, and a little school of sticklebacks swam past. That was pretty cool. I must have scared. There's some proof that there's sticklebacks in here. I've just got some underwater footage of them. That was pretty cool, that was. They're all hiding in them bushes of branches there. If only you could catch them with these rods. So here there's a really shallow part, and then there it goes proper deep, like insanely deep. I know I've said this a million times, but again, I nearly did fall into it. So all I've done is casted the float there. I don't know if you can see it drifting down. Hopefully that will lure some fish to it, and catch some trout or some sticklebacks if they're big enough. So honestly, we're all thinking about heading in now, because it's not chilly at all. I say it's very warm still, but we're just thinking of heading in because sunset's in about half an hour. As you can see, it's starting to set behind us. I know it's still really bright, but it sets quite quickly nowadays. So I'm just going to have a few more cast out in this shallow part here, see if I can get any little things. But if not, then oh, here we are. I've got the float and the maggot on still, really small hooks as well. And I'm just cast it out there. That went quite far. Let it float up, and it's reached me now. Actually, it's a bit tangled. 1 second. There we go, I'm untangled now. Now I can cast a bit farther. Hopefully that'll catch me a fish. I can see the maggot. You know what? There's a little school of fish following it. Look at that! You can't. Oh, I forgot to say you can't see him. But no, there was a little few sticklebacks following that then, but they won't bite it, sadly. Well, how unfortunate. Sadly, I didn't end up catching any trout, but it was a nice experience, and I got to know the stream a lot better. So next time I come down here, I'll probably come with my fly rod. Have a little bit of fly fishing down here, and I'll probably get one then. But the tiny pen rod and the maggot didn't do me any justice today, so obviously flies it might be. But I'm going to have to wrap the video up here because we're all heading in and there's no more fishing to do, so let's wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed watching this little adventure. I sure enjoyed filming it. It was really nice to get out and about on the streams on a lovely day. But for now, everyone, I'm going to have to head off. So if you enjoyed, please smash the thumbs up on the video. Subscribe whilst you're down there if you're new here, of course. And turn on the post notification bell so you never miss one of my videos in the future. Check out my merch and buy some of it at wolfjonesbrand.com. I'll leave a link at the bottom. But for now, everyone, I'm off. So I'll see you later. Peace.